Good morning, class 8th. Today we'll continue chapter number 14, the chemical effect of electric current. Children, already we had discussed the aim and the key terms of this chapter, or misunderstood words you can say. So let me give you the tell you about this chapter. Chemical effect of electric current. When an electric current is passed, the solution shows the chemical effect. So all that things we are going to study in this chapter. Already you have learned that few of the solids are there which are the good conductors of electricity, and few are there which are not good conductor of electricity. Okay. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss about the liquids. Few of the liquids are the good conductor of electricity, and few liquids are there which are not good conductor of electricity. So about that we'll study. And more interesting thing which we are going to study in this chapter is a chemical effect of electric current, and the application of that is electrolysis process. We are going to study that how we are passing the electric current through the circuit, and uh, one metal can be deposited on the other, and its application is electroplating. What is electroplating, and what is the use of electroplating? All that things we are going to study in this chapter. Okay. So let's start with this chapter, chemical effect of electric current. Yes, Anya, roll number 1. Start reading.
Your elders might have cautioned you against touching an electrical appliance with wet hands. But do you know why it is dangerous to touch an electrical appliance with a wet hand? We have learned earlier that the materials which allow electric current to pass through them are good conductors of electricity. On the other hand, materials which do not allow uh, current to pass through them easily are poor conductors of electricity. In class 7, we made a tester to test whether a particular material allows the electric current to pass through it or not. Do you recall how the tester helped us in deciding what?
Okay,
That.
fine. Next is Arav Sehgal. Arav Sehgal, start reading. Yes, continue reading, Arav Sehgal. Naman, Saksham, yes, switch on your cameras. Arav Sehgal, continue reading. You have raised hand also. Yes, Ananya Kahara, you continue.
Okay, ma'am. We found that metals such as copper and aluminium conduct electricity, whereas materials such as rubber, plastic, and wood do not conduct electricity. However, so far we have used our tester to test materials which were in solid state. But what about liquids? Do liquids also conduct electricity? Let us found it. Do liquids conduct electricity? To test whether a liquid allows electric current to pass through it or not, we can use the same tester. However, replace the cell by a battery. Also, before using the tester, we should check whether it is working or not. Join the free hands
Okay, beta.
of the
Okay,
tester.
next is the same tester we can use, which we had used to check the solids, whether they are good conductor of electricity and whether they are the poor conductor of electricity. So the same tester can be used for the liquids also. So what we need to do, children, you must have seen whenever the electrician come to our place, what he does, he used to check whether the current is flowing or not by using a tester. He had connected the bulb with the wires. He put that wires into the switch. If the bulb glows, it means the current is flowing, and if the bulb does not glow, it means the current is not flowing. So similarly, 14 point activity, 14.1 activity, it shows that we need to check the tester. Join the free ends of the tester together for a moment. This completes a circuit of the tester and the bulb should glow. So you can make your own tester. If the bulb glows, it means the current is flowing, and if the bulb is not glowing, it means that current is not flowing. Okay. Next, Anshika Agarwal. Uh, Similarly, one more thing is here, activity 14.2. You can also go for, okay, start reading beta 14.2.
Collect a few small plastics or rubber caps of discarded bottles and clean them. Pour 1 teaspoon of lemon juice or vinegar in 1 cup. Bring your tester over this cap and let the ends of the tester dip into lemon juice or vinegar as shown in figure 14.2. Take care that the ends are not more than 1 centimeter apart, but at the same time do not touch each other. Does the bulb of these tester glow? Does lemon juice or vinegar conduct electricity? How would you classify lemon juice or vinegar? A good conductor or a poor conductor?
Okay, but in the same way, we are using the tester. You must have seen what we are doing here. We have taken a bulb, okay, a battery, and the two ends of the wire has been dipped into the lemon solution. Okay, we have now we have to check for the liquids. So in first case, we have taken a lemon juice and we have put the two ends of the wire in the lemon juice. Okay, if the bulb glows, it means it is a good conductor of electricity, and if the bulb does not glow, it means it is a poor conductor of electricity. In this way, we can take the different liquids which are at our home, like water, milk, honey, vinegar, lemon juice, any other liquids we can take, and we can check it side by side whether the liquid conducts or not, whether they are the good conductor or whether they are the poor conductors. Am I clear, beta? Are you getting each one? Okay, Neha, continue. Children, switch on your cameras. Only those children will be reading whose cameras are on. Neha, continue from this paragraph. When the liquid between the two ends.
Wait, ma'am. When the liquids between the two ends of the tester allows the electric current to pass, the circuit of the tester becomes complete. The current flows in the circuits and the bulb glows. When the liquid does not allow the electric current to pass, the circuit of the tester is not complete and the bulb does not glow. In some situation, even though the liquid is conducting, the bulb may not glow. It may have happened in activity 14.2. What can be the reason? Do you remember why the bulb glow when the electric current passes through it? Due to the heating effect of current, the filament of the bulb gets heated to a high temperature and it's starting glowing. However, if the current through a circuit is too weak, the filament does not get heated sufficiently and it does not glow. And why is the current in the circuit weak? Well, through the material may conduct electricity, it may not conduct it as easily as a metal. As a result, the circuit of the tester may be complete and yet the current through it may be too weak to make the bulb glow. Can we make another tester which can detect a weak current?
Okay, children, let me tell you what is there in this paragraph. As I had told you that we had used a bulb and tester. So sometime what happens, very less current flows through a liquid. So bulb may not glow because very weak current flows through it. So maybe that current does not flow through the liquids. So what we can use instead of a bulb? Now let's see. Okay, Harshit Deshwal, continue with this paragraph. You may use an LED. Harshit Deshwal. Harshit. Varun. Yes, Arav Sehgal. Yes, continue with this paragraph. You may use an LED.
use an array in place of the electrical in tester of the when we electric current through it. There are two wires.
Okay, Ananya Jain, continue.
You may use an LED in place of the electric bulb in the tester figure 14.2. LED glows even when a weak electric current flows through it.
Ma'am, can I read
There,
network issue?
Okay, start with the second paragraph.
There are two wires called leads attached and lead. One lead is slightly longer than the other. Remember that while connecting to a circuit, the longer lead is all to the positive terminal of the battery and the shorter leads is connected to the negative terminal of the battery.
So beta, what has been told here, whenever you are using the LEDs, so LED has one longer wire and one has shorter wire. Longer wire is meant for positive terminal and shorter wire must be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. That's why there is a difference between the longer and shorter wire. Okay, next.
Ma'am, may I read?
Yes,
Arya?
read. Yes, Arav.
Okay, ma'am. Activity 14.3.
No, one
Take the
paragraph is
tray
left.
from.
We can use another effect of electric current here.
Okay, ma'am. We can use another effect of an electric current to make another kind of tester. Do you recall that electric current produces a magnetic effect? What happens to a compass needle kept nearby when current flows in a wire? Even if the current is small, the deflection of the magnetic needle can be seen. Can we make a tester using the magnetic effect of currents? Let us find out in activity 14.3.
Beta, let me tell you one thing. Chemical effect of, in previous class you have learned that electricity has two effects. One is heating and other is a magnetic effect. I think you must be remembering. We had read about the electric bell also. That is dependent on the magnetic effect of electric current. So here one thing more again we are going to use. We can make another tester by using a compass. If the current will be flowing through it, then what happened? The magnetic compass shows the deflection. Suppose in this figure 14.13 activity, what we have done? Here we have taken a magnetic compass and we have put up the wires. Wires are connected with the battery and two ends are used for tester. Okay. Suppose if we are putting it into the any of the liquid and if the compass shows the deflection, अगर कंपास कोई डिफ्लेक्शन शो करती है, it means, what does it mean? That electric current is flowing through it. So means electric current also gives a magnetic effect. So electric current has two effects. One is a chemical and heating, chemical and magnetic effect. Already we have learned two effects, heating and magnetic effect. Already we have learned. Now here we are going to study about the chemical effect. Okay, continue chapter this activity 14.3. Yes, Mihir.
Can I?
Who wants to read?
I'm Priyanshi.
After this, after Mihir. Mihir, continue. Unmute. Unmute, Mihir.
मैम कहाँ से था?
Activity 14.3.
Take the tray from inside a discarded matchbox. Wrap an electric wire a few times around the tray.
Place a small compass needle inside it. Now connect one free end of the wire to the terminal of a battery. Leave the other end free. Take another piece of wire and connect it to the other terminal of the battery. Join the free ends of two wires momentarily. The compass needle should show deflection. Your tester with two free end of the wire is ready.
Okay, Mihir, okay. And Anyajan, continue with this paragraph.
Join the free ends of two wires momentarily. The compass needle should show deflection. Your tester with two free ends of the wire is ready. Now repeat activity 14.2 using this tester. Do you find a deflection in the compass needle the moment you dip the free ends of the tester in the lemon juice? Take out the end of the tester from the lemon juice, dip them in the water, and then wipe them dry. Repeat the activity with other liquids such as tap water, vegetable oil, milk, honey. Remember to wash and wipe dry the ends of tester after testing each liquid. In each case, observe whether the magnetic needle shows deflection or not. Record your observation in table 14.1.
Okay, beta. So this in this activity 14.4 figure, what we have done, we have taken a compass needle, a battery, and the free ends of wire has been dipped into the liquid solution. And before that, we had made our own tester. उस टेस्टर में हमने क्या किया था, instead of a magnetic compass, what we had taken? We had taken a bulb. But what happens in case of a bulb? Sometime when a very weak current flows, the bulb does not glow. So we can use a LED instead of it. ठीक है, बल्ब की जगह क्या ऊपर अगर आप एलईडी लगाओगे तो एलईडी क्या करता है, इट ग्लोज व्हेन वेरी लेस करंट फ्लोज थ्रू इट. आपको पता है लिक्विड्स जो है दे आर डोंट हैव द हायर करंट, जो भी हम डिफरेंट लिक्विड यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, so here also we can say that liquid conduct electricity. So here we have an table 14.1 which can shows that liquids are good conductors of electricity or not. Like lemon juice, the compass needle shows deflection. Yes, because it is a good conductor of electricity. Okay. Next, what about
Excuse
vinegar?
me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, but if there is very less flow of electricity, so what we will call it, good conductor or poor conductor?
No, it will be a good conductor. Poor conductor, so there will be no electric current will be flowing through that. Poor conductors are those through which current does not flow. बिल्कुल भी फ्लो नहीं करता, दैट आर द पुअर कंडक्टर. अगर किसी में थोड़ा सा भी कर रहा है तो दैट इज अ गुड कंडक्टर. ओके,
Okay, ma'am.
डिपेंड करता है बेटा कि आपका लिक्विड कैसा है. फ्यू लिक्विड्स एंड यू नो वी हैव टेकन अ वेरी स्मॉल लिक्विड, सो उसमें आपकी एलईडी जो है वो थोड़ी सी भी ग्लो कर सकती है. इफ एलईडी इज ग्लोइंग इट मीन्स दैट लिक्विड इज कंडक्टर. नाउ वी कैन मेक आवर ओन टेस्टर, और ये हम चेक कर भी सकते हैं. आप लोग भी अपना टेस्टर बना सकते हो. 2 वायर्स एंड एलईडी इज रिक्वायर्ड, नथिंग एल्स. और घर में किसी भी चीज में बाउल में ये लिक्विड लेकर आप उनको टेस्टर को डिप करके, दैट वर्क्स. इफ यू आर टेकिंग विनेगर, यस, नीडल विल शो डिफ्लेक्शन. Tap water, yes, it is also a good conductor. Next, vegetable oil, no. So means all different materials we can take and we can say the bulb, we can means differentiate between a good conductor and poor conductor of electricity. So I hope the concept of poor and good conductor of liquid is clear to you. Is anything you want to ask? Rest will continue tomorrow, beta. Anything else you want to ask, you may.